So I've always been into instrumental. I know our culture, our music, I was very much instrumental until even the dub stuff. Dub stuff was mainly instrumental now. 'Cause dub came about as the other side of the music without the vocal. You know what I mean? When the vocal comes, you just feel a little splash. You know what I'm saying? So I know instrumental was a major part of our stuff, and I was doing all of this work for VP. And a lot of times we go in the studio and we lay 4 rhythms, 5 rhythms. But eventually, because of the artists' non-commitment nowadays so much, they turn up and they don't have a good song. I never believe in making rhythms without songs. I believe in making songs to rhythm. But nowadays, they all change, the thing change with young people. So, okay, make songs that you think good melodies can be added. So we end up, if we make 5 rhythms, if I'm asked to make 5, maybe 2 or 3 is voice, and the rest is there, sitting like that. So I was talking to Chris and Neil Diamond about, hey, let me do something with these instrumentalists. I feel bad. Hey guys, money spent on this. We can't have it idle like this. You know what I mean? I feel it's me. I'm responsible. You know what I mean? Even though I was asked to do it. And I think Chris got in first one eventually to say, yes, Clive, yeah, we should do it. And then Chris said to me one day, Jojo told me, Jojo Channel 1, okay, told me that his biggest selling record was his an instrument, is bigger than all the Mighty Diamonds Need, a Roof, everything they've ever done. Was an instrumental album, which was his first album he did when the studio opened, Channel 1. And I told him that I work on it, because I remember when the studio had just finished, then Roddy Thomas, singer Roddy Thomas, came to me and told me that, because he was also an engineer. He worked at Joe Gibbs and Treasure Island a little, and he was tied to Jojo. So he told me that Jojo wanted to see me to do some instrumental, play some horns for him. So when I went to see Jojo, he told me, said the studio just finished and he wanted to test the studio. He did some rhythms with revolutionaries, Ranchi, Sly, and Ansel Collins and them, Doogie, and he wanted some instrumental. He was just trying out the place. So I remember I took Nambo and Dean, and we did a few songs. We did maybe 8 or 10 instrumentals. And it came out, and I remember one of the first one was Burial. Da, da, da. If you find that album with that song on it, da, da,
that's
da,
the one.
That's the album.
Yeah.
Right? And Chris told me that Jojo tell him, say, hey, it was his biggest. Somebody said, what? Somebody said, Chris said, go ahead. So I just took up the rhythm, and I must, as I say, admit before, it was like a spontaneous, the arrangement and the creativity on his song. Because it was like, okay, call some, whenever guys were available, I called in some on players. And then soon after I started, I just think about Bobby Ellis. And I called him. I think it would have made the project a little more meaningful, having a man like Bobby on it. And he was very happy. And what made it even more special, before the album was finished, 2 of the on players died, Bobby Ellis and Nambo, the trombonist. And when I called Bobby, I remember Bobby always loved his flugelhorn. You know what I mean? I didn't feel too much for the flugelhorn. I wanted to get that original ska sound on, bright trumpet, trombone, sax, tenor, alto. And Bobby turned up and the trumpet player, we're talking about flugelhorn, and Dean said to Bobby, Bobby, when last you play? And Bobby said, about 5 years. I said, 5 years, Bobby? He said, yes, about 5 years he didn't play. He had his horns at home. And Dean and Nambo was saying, Bobby, play, man. He said, no, I can't. And I said, try, man, and try. And right in the control room, him started to play a little part of the song. I brought him in to help me with the arrangements. And we recorded him, and it came out very nice. He died 2 weeks later.
Wow. Do you remember which song that is that he's
on?
No,
but
is
the credit should be there.
There's flugelhorn on it.
It's flugelhorn. It's the only song with flugelhorn.
Okay.
You notice the difference.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it was something else. Yeah.
So you said a while ago you were talking about Burial. There's a Burial reference on the album too, on the new album.
Well, I don't know. Is there one? I don't remember.
I think so.
There's one?
Yeah, I think one of the songs starts off with a reference to it. Yeah.
Intro. Oh, maybe. But the Burial reference was on the JoJo, the Channel 1. I know that song.
Right.
Kind of. That's what if you remember, listen to this and you'll find it. I remember it specifically. It might have been the first song we did for JoJo on that album. But I heard it a few times. It was very different because even that beat, how we made it work, the measurement of it. Burial is, remember I was an old military man, so I know burial from many perspectives.
Sure. Yeah. You had that. You definitely had you probably played it more than a few times, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And actually, it's that burial. We call it burial. It's the actual name for that song. You don't know? You've recorded this.
Yeah.
It's El Silenzio, the silence.
The silence.
And
where does it come from?
It's Italian. There was a saxophone man named Falso Pepetti or something in the 60s, 70s.
I've seen his records in Jamaica. Yeah.
He recorded
Fausto
Pepetti. Yeah. But it's called, it means the silence. It's Italian or Latin. So that's the origin of that song. I know it does. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So then tell me, what else about the album is notable for you in terms of any of the participants or any of the compositions that you feel?
No, you can't ask me about that. Whenever I work on songs, music, any artist, anyone we have ever known, doesn't matter how famous and important they think they are. When I leave the studio, I don't remember anything about them or the song until when I hear it again. Another time I hear some stuff on the radio, I'm going I'll be talking to someone, I say, hold on. And somebody say, Clive, remember you did that or we did that? I don't remember. I make music like how somebody makes shirts. So imagine a man sitting around a man making a shirt, it's gone.
Yeah,
I am next song.
Next.
Sometimes a song lingers for a few hours. And what I'll do, I'll go to my radio and keep changing the station.
Let me ask you.
Let
me ask you about something specific then that caught my ear. There's a reference in one of the songs to, I think you even, in the title also, it has Selassie in the title, but it's the song that's who make the joy bells ring, who make the children chant, no one but Selassie I. It's a song. It goes ba da 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 bum bum bum. That one. Did you have any historical connection to that, or was it a melody that you just?
I just liked it.
Okay.
And actually, we did the rhythm for something else, and then we did it. Then Luciano did it, and we put it on one of the biggest reggae hits, one of those green sleeve, one thing, one of the greatest something, one of those VP compilations it was on with. I think it's a green sleeve title about biggest reggae one drop hits. Luciano did it, and it did very well. And I decided to use that rhythm again for the instrumental album. Because back in the days, Joe Gibbs and all these
Same session tracks?
Same session tracks. You see, back in the days, I was going to tell you, somebody have a rhythm is good. Whoever wants to work on it, they'll give them a chance to do something on it. And that track, I think, could... and then I saw David Radigan. He called me one day and said, Clive, when last you see Luciano? And I said, hardly. He said, every time he comes to the airport in Kingston, he should call you and give you $1,000 US. I say, why? He said, that song you did for him, it brings him back, brought him back. It's the same, because you did a cover on that album. And Neil and them would be able to tell you once you get back.
That's great.
So I really was feeling it, so I did it on the album too. Yeah.
So the album closes with a recut of Real Rock. Why did you go back to that? That's like the Warhorse. What do you think about that?
I'm not trying to recall.
It's the last track. Well, maybe you don't know the sequence.
No, I'm not. No, I haven't heard the sequence.
Yeah, but you know what? You know Real Rock.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but you don't remember like specifically doing that. Interesting.
It's just pure feel and we just do some things. I think Neil, when I was finished with the track, because it wasn't really a project which came from the A&R. It came from just Chris and I just decided to do it.
Yeah.
And I think everyone was convinced. Eventually, I was saying we have enough rhythms. We can make 2 instrumental albums per year at least. Plus, for the publishing and the synchronization, it could be it's part of the business. We have to wherever we could do something. It will be good with what we have. So I think when I was finished with the tracks, Neil now was giving me some directions for some little things that would wrap the album into a full package. So it could have been one of Neil's ideas. Okay. Neil and I, we were very close creatively.
Cool.
Even though he's in New York.
Well, he really checks for you, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
So, okay, one more specific one. You did there's a horns mix on this that came from the sessions for We Remember Dennis Brown from the track, the Bushman cover of Don't Want to Be No General. And It's called, I think it's the one called Man from Far.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you have it again? Is the same kind of situation again where it's just like,
I just choose. I just listen to the rhythms and pick them. I said I had basically total creative control, and I didn't want to make it. I want to make the thing like one of the things from back in the days when we made reggae famous, where a lot of spontaneous thing happened. You just listen to some tapes. Give me do that rhythm, man. Play on this rhythm, because a lot of that happened. You know, people don't know. It wasn't much organized, and a lot of magic came out. So I was trying to kind of get back that vibes in the whole thing. And that was one of a personal favorite of mine, and I think we should have done it within it. And Dennis Brown is one of my favorite artists. I've always been, so I just chose to do it. Trust me, there was not much planning creatively, because I wanted it to be like very spontaneous, because I've seen it work 10,000 times before. So I was just trying to do it again and leave the organized part of the whole project to you all in the office.
all right, well, I'll take that as the
Then it will be a combined, combined effort to make it into one.
That's why we're sitting here right now talking about it. I'm telling you. Yeah, no, that's beautiful. So this is good. I feel like I've captured a good section of your thoughts, and we'll do the next chapter. We'll talk about the Abyssinians and go deeper into this other stuff. I think one of the things that'd be fun to do with you and me sometime, now that I know the way your mind works, is for me to, go over your discography and then sit with my laptop and play old songs for you to trigger your memory.
Once I went on IRA FM, they invited me. And I wasn't prepared too much. So I tried to get a few things together. But then I just get some list, and I talked to I think it was Dean Mattis. They had a producer series every Saturday, a different producer turn up. So when I went there, I was there early, but before, I think I didn't want to talk yet. And before we started talking, she was playing music that I am involved in for about half an hour straight, And it created one thing at the radio station, because every phone line light up. People was coming from all over the world. And I was playing from Abyssinians to Peter Tosh, Buckingham Palace, all of these things, to I Can See Clearly, Jimmy Cliff, to tons of stuff, to Someone Love You Honey, to Cottage in the Grill, and all of these things. And she said, well, everything you have heard so far, this man, and we just started so far. And then when she said that, oh, Lord, they had to bring back 1 week later.
That's great. That's great. Well, you deserve that. I mean, I think the culture, the music culture is so focused on who the lead singer is that people don't understand how important the musical direction and studio direction and real production is. I'm glad for you to get some recognition for that. Internationally and especially in Jamaica.
Not just me, but there are a lot of people. You see, the artists just turn up, A lot of, especially nowadays, just turn up and do blah blah and gone. It's a lot to get it to get them to sound out. Even with the songs, a lot of them come, they don't even have a song or 2 words to 1 line, and then when the song is finished, then the bad thing about it, they want it all later. Right. It's all right, okay. Me, I'm glad. Like I was telling people, I was telling some musicians this week, I still work for nothing, If somebody call me, I have a good song, as long as if the singer, whether it has a name or not, sound like it could reach somewhere, I turn up. Some of the biggest songs I've ever worked on, I was never paid. I didn't care. I get paid later. I make so much from the song, but the person who hired me never paid me. But other people hear the song and say, "Who is it? You?" I'm saying yes. And I don't want to call the name of the song, but I can tell you. So I tell musicians, listen, don't be sitting home and say, "Nah, do that. How much money you have? Go play. You play, they want to know who play." I say, I live like that. Who did that? So I encourage younger people and all musicians, don't sit home and hug up your instrument, man. Go and play sometime. You don't want to be disadvantaged of. But sometimes, just go with the feeling. You know what I mean? And it will work out.
Words from the wise, Clive Hunt. All right, brother. Thank you so much for taking the time,
respect,
man. Yeah, respect.
Yeah.